Hi fam, welcome back to another episode of the Hobby Collab. You're here with a classic matchup. It is Zach and I on a Sunday morning.
Yep.
We made it.
We're
done with LVO. I am wearing my shirt.
Yeah.
Because I haven't worn it yet.
Nice.
But we're moving on. We're moving on to Age of Sigmar. Models, doing some Cities of Sigmar today.
Yeah.
Command Corps, which is a unit I know nothing about, but it has this adorable little Gargoylian. So I'm here for it. I love it.
It's a unit not a lot of people knew about until post LVO. If you are a Sigmar player, you probably found out a lot about them because some people, some naughty boys, were taking 2 units of the Command Corps, and one unit is kind of bad enough. But
you're not supposed to do that.
Hobby-wise,
not okay.
Hobby-wise, it's a really cool unit. Megan and I today are going to be painting. She's going to be painting the Gargoylian Mascot. He's actually probably, sadly, the most pointless model in the unit.
What?
But
he's the cutest.
He's the Blade of Wounds.
That's all that matters.
So he's the first one that dies when the unit starts taking wounds.
If this was my unit, I would protect him at all costs. I don't care what he does. He's a good boy.
He does almost nothing. Now,
he's so cute.
He hits kind of hard in combat, but not hard enough. Now, meanwhile, over here is maybe one of the much maligned models, the Whisperblade. And her trick is she shuts down command abilities on a 4+, which is very frustrating. And so you can imagine having 2.
That's pretty annoying.
That means twice each turn, each player turn, 2 of your command points when you're playing against her, you'll lose the points, but the command ability won't happen. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
What the unit is 170 points, it's almost certainly going up. I doubt they're going to do anything to make you not be able to take more than 1. Other than raise the points, but it's a frustrating experience to play against 2 of them.
These almost seem like characters, right? It does seem weird.
It's a unit of little characters.
Of characters.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it would be weird to take another set of the Skirkin True Blades.
I
know it's not.
Kind of, yeah.
But, there's a couple of them that look very unique. Right?
Same here. Yeah, they all look very unique. It's a little goofy.
It seems like the kind of thing you would only take 1 unit of, but maybe you could double how many are in the unit or something.
They don't really do that in Sigmar or 40k where they kind of limit you anymore and say you can only take 1 of this unit. They did used to do that. I don't think they like it from a collector's modeling standpoint.
Yeah.
I think business wise, there's probably a business bro over in Nottingham telling them not to do that, right?
What a business bro.
So I'm going to be painting the Whisperblade. Meg is going to be painting the Gargoylian Mascot.
Let's go back to this. So I'll go back.
Yeah.
This is actually my color scheme for my mascot. I'm going to do my best to get it done today. I really think I can do it, guys.
It's not a lot going on.
Excuse me.
In this model.
Yeah, it's all skin pretty much. There's a little crown around his neck, which I love. I've already set up my palette. I'm so proud of myself. On top of things. That's my old palette. But here, I don't want to tilt it too much because my colors are dripping. But I'm trying to stay organized, with my colors, like what I learned at LVO from Clay Williams. If you guys were here at our last stream, I talked about this a lot, the palette control class that I took. And so I'm trying to do that again today with a very limited palette as opposed to last time, which... I made 1 million colors that I'm going to be painting with.
So this is the start here. I actually airbrushed this and we used cuttlefish colors. Mm-hmm. I used cuttlefish colors on the Whisperblade too. I haven't been using them. I bought them all for my spider army, which I have mostly painted. I haven't been adding to that army. But I forgot
Why not? Why ever not?
To be honest with you,
it is a wonderful army.
To be honest with you, not because it's not good, but honestly because... It was maybe the first... I mean, there are only so many models for that unit, for that army, and I kind of painted them all. So until they release new models, I'm pretty good.
You're I have enough spiders.
Yeah, I have 4,000 points of spiders, and...
That's a lot of spiders.
Maybe 3,500, but the point is I don't need anything else. And I have everything.
You guys heard it here first, folks. You know what to get Zach for his birthday. It's more spiders.
No, don't, because I won't paint them.
Oh, well,
they will sit on the shelf, yeah. But the Whisperblade here, I'll kind of talk about what I did with her while Megan gets going. She is, I used the collection of these maroon cuttlefish colors, excuse me. The army is very red and silver, but I wanted to keep her. I wanted to, some of the characters look a little different. So we've painted a couple battle mages, and we've done different colors for them. The Alchemite Warforger has only a little bit of the red on him that the rest of the army has. It's somewhat of an army that lends itself model-wise to like an ununified look among some of the things. And so for the Whisperblade, I decided I wanted to have her a red tone, but I want to have her be a little darker, more mysterious color than the vibrant red. So I went with this kind of maroon, this cuttlefish maroon. What I'm going to be doing now is her, I'm going to see, I'm doing some, even though she's a cool character, I am going to be doing some kind of shortcuts to make her hopefully go quickly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take Black Templar Contrast, and I'm going to put it on her inner layer of cloak to darken that back up. There's also a little bit of that inner layer peeks out down here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm also going to, I don't really want this mask thing she has on her head to be gray. So I think I'm going to go back over it with Corvus Black and then start bringing it back up again with a little bit of, to have it be black, but highlight it. Black, but not black, as we say.
Yeah.
Her skin tone is starting there. You can see in her face. I have started doing stuff there. So this is sort of the color scheme we're going for. Like I said, I'm actually gonna fix the mask thing she has on, and then she's got this rapier, which is kind of scary actually in combat. To be honest with you, I had a Mournfang get killed with that thing.
Scary.
Yeah. So
I don't want that.
So
Poor
that's
Mournfang.
the plan today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun single model to get to paint.
Yeah.
I like doing that.
Me too. I like getting to like hone in on these kinds of things, like skills that I've picked up, right? Or that I want to try and practice. It's not always easy when I don't have a lot of time and I'm working on like a big unit of Raptidons or something.
Right.
That I painted in a ridiculous way. So this is a nice little palette cleanser. Haha. Pun not intended. For me.
The pun?
It's not a pun. I don't know how to
palette.
make puns. Yeah, palette.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's palette. It's not really a pun at all. But your model actually, I know I said we're done with LVO, but your model is a great example for the other class that I took at LVO, which was about nailing light and shadows, because you have all those nice folds in your cloak.
Yeah.
So we can talk about that a little bit today if you feel like it. But
sure.
If not, we'll skip. Yeah. How's chat? Good morning, chat. Rainbow. We had a chat. We did have a chat from Cody Bernard, but it got retracted. But I thought it was a good question. Cody, do you not want us to talk about party lights? Vegas again. Do you not want us to talk about Old Town Throwdown? Because we're happy to. Thank you, Soups, for the snipe.
Thanks, Soups.
Hobby membership. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. We were both probably very ready and excited to talk about Old Town Throwdown.
Yeah, but we won't if it'll upset Cody. He retracted it, so maybe he doesn't want us to talk about why you should come to Old Town Throwdown.
We've now pretty much laid it all out, but yeah.
Do you think Cody would be upset if we talked about why you should go to Old Town Throwdown?
Oh, he just says it's so far away, so he probably won't be able to make it there. But
see.
What I would say is this.
We're gonna answer it anyways.
I'm gonna but it's more of an open-ended question for a lot of people, which is like, let's say, so our other favorite Cody, not Molecule.
Yeah, he's our favorite molecule.
He's our favorite molecule. Our other big fan and supporter of the show, who we often get to interact with in our hobby hangs on Discord and stuff like that, is in Canada, and kind of central Canada, so not like West Coast Canada. And him and I have chatted about what events to go to, and events, if you're not near them, are far away often. So the question can kind of be like, what event do I go to? What events do I go to, right? Like, so
like
there's
planning ahead. Yeah, it is far away, Cody. You're right. But you know, when you're trying to decide what you're gonna spend money on, trips, you know, every year and stuff like that, like, it makes sense to ask early.
I
I don't know.
think that I would say in North America there's kind of the three big ones, right? Which is Nova, Adepticon, and Vegas. And I would kind of submit to most gamers out there that I think it's worth going to one of those.
Totally,
Right?
at least.
Pick your poison on which three you want to go to. They all have their pros and cons, I think. Vegas is Vegas. I'd say that's a pro, unless it's not for you.
True.
Well,
there's something. I think there's something for everybody.
There's kind of something
Vegas,
for everyone
so
in Vegas.
I will continue to push for it.
You're not wrong.
It's great.
But Vegas also is really the top one. I mean, not top one. Vegas is very great if you really just care about wargaming.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do other stuff, and by the way, I say wargaming, even then, if you want to do something kind of weird in wargaming, like probably some more historicals or Battlefleet Gothic, something that's maybe a legacy game, it seems to me that Adepticon is the jam.
I would love to go to Adepticon, Zach, because it's so hobby focused, you know?
It is also, I think, yeah.
That's important to us, you know? Like, I wouldn't mind doing that.
It feels like, from what I've heard, I've only been to Nova and Vegas. I've not been to Adepticon, but it feels like Vegas is also maybe the least hobby-focused
Yeah,
one.
oh boy, let me tell you.
Yeah, so if you want to do hobby stuff, I think Vegas is not your jam. If you just want to go play 40K, or you want to go play Sigmar,
or you just want to play in Vegas,
or you want to play Lord of the Rings, and you want to have Vegas fun, go to Vegas.
Go to Vegas,
right?
yeah.
The food is good at Vegas, etc. You're not far from anything cool, even though it takes place in the Rio.
Stay.
The Rio's getting better. One.
Well, so they say. We'll see.
It's already gotten a little bit better. I think it's going to continue to get better, but we'll yeah, like you said, we'll see.
We'll see. I was gonna paint, and I was like, oh, I need to mix more color.
It seems like it seems like a good one to go to if you want to tag a couple days on, especially before or after.
Sure, but I want to talk about Old Town Throwdown, which is
well, I was gonna get there.
Yeah,
I was gonna get there. Yeah,
I'm like, we know about Vegas. Vegas is great.
So yeah, I think between the three of those, you kind of have to decide what you value, what do you want to do at those things. If you, like I said, I think if you just want to play 40K or you just want to play Sigmar or one single war game, then Vegas is probably your jam. So after that, then what I really would recommend to anybody is find something fun and unique. And you know, I would say that I think Frontline does a really good job in their events. But I would also kind of submit that. So I think if I was going to recommend a Frontline event after that, I'd probably recommend. I haven't been to this one yet, but I'd probably recommend Cherokee Open, in North Carolina. It takes place in kind of a resort town, and I think there's probably some fun things you can do there. Same with Atlantic City Open. That's probably I haven't been to that one either, but I've been to Atlantic City. I'm imagining that's sort of like Vegas light, but not that light. Because remember, you're mostly playing games all day, so I would say those are good. But after that, I think if you're playing Sigmar, I think it's hard to beat Old Town Throwdown. If you're playing 40K and you don't want to do a competitive event, I'm going to recommend Maelstrom Mixer, which happens here in the Bay Area.
Narrative, it's amazing.
It's a good. It's
very fun to watch. The boards are amazing.
It's a good narrative, meaning a lot of love is put into not just, hey, I'm making a narrative and I hope everybody has fun, because I feel like that's what happens in a lot of narrative events, and a lot of people won't have fun if that's the approach, but rather Brett and the folks who have worked on it have put effort into making it be, I actually just want to make sure people are having fun games, period. Right.
There's a difference between like, okay, I've brought some table and chairs and some terrain and hopefully everyone has a good time. Here are the parameters. And like, I'm going out of my way to build cool missions and acquire like top-notch table sets, right? There was a floating cloud city last time. I'll never like get over that terrain board.
Our friend Michael Dunsmore.
It's amazing. So fun to play on. Oh, and I'm also going to set up a scenario where like you're in a pod all weekend to add this extra
The pod,
like flavor on top of it, and like
yeah,
add door prizes and just make it a fun event for everybody. Like that, there's a big difference, and I think Maelstrom Mixer is like that, and Old Town Throwdown is like that. Old Town Throwdown and Maelstrom Mixer are also like intimate. So you get to know people. It's super fun. It's a party atmosphere.
Right.
Yeah. It's great.
Those are really events that I would say. So, Cody or anybody, yeah, I feel like get yourself to a big one once a year and get yourself to something like one of these two. And I'm naming two in coastal California that I know. I don't know. I haven't gone to a lot of other ones out in other parts of the country that fit this.
Well, we have a couple of super chats that we can get through, but first, that kind of mention it. Let's do our memes really quick. We do have a couple of memes, and then we'll get back to our questions, our super chats. Yeah. Speaking of LVO, this is from LVO. This is John. Soups is being cheeky here. I think John had a good time. It was nice to see John. We haven't seen him in a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we will be.
I know. Okay, do you know what this is, Zach? Like, did the Necrons just blow everyone out of the water at LVO? Is it time for a reckoning?
Yeah, Necrons are.
Is it time for a neckoning?
Yeah, Necrons are rough right now.
Are they?
They're in a.
Nobody likes Necrons except Ted.
Yeah, probably.
And other Necron players.
And other Necron players. Yeah, I think that my understanding is that they did quite well at LVO.
Nice.
Now, in 9th Ed 40K, Meg, they did the system called an index system, which was basically, 10th Ed 40K. They reset stat lines and changed so much that they actually had to say all of the old books are gone.
Oh. And
they released one book that was like, or a few different books that are like, here's a bunch of army rules, and all the armies are very basic right now.
Oh.
Okay. So
is that okay? But in like a bad way, or is it more fair?
That's a good call out. I think there's controversial views one way or the other.
Dun.
I remember when this also happened with 8th Ed 40K, and I actually sort of liked Index 40K for a little bit, but people tend to figure out if things are unbalanced, they tend to be unbalanced hard when you have indexes because everybody has so few choices. So if somebody gets something that's really nasty, they can kind of run away with things. Anyway, the thing that's happened here, Meg, with Necrons is, along with Space Marines, they actually now have had a book come out. So it's sort of like, if we were playing Sigmar, and there are a bunch of indexes, like index for all the Chaos armies, for all the Order armies, all the Death armies, and then suddenly a Soulblight Gravelord's book came out. So they have a lot more options.
Okay.
And they have a lot more builds. They're probably stronger.
Is it that they need to be nerfed, or that everyone else just needs to be like leveled up, as they say?
I don't know. I can't answer that question. I'm not playing enough 40K.
That's true.
Ted probably can. He's in here. My guess is both. But yeah, I mean, Polly's saying that the indexes are good and it's not blowing them out of the water. But that's also what happened in 8th, especially with Space Marines. Like when Space Marines, I think Space Marines and I can't remember who came out first in 8th Ed, but whoever they were when they came out, it wasn't very good. It was almost like a downgrade.
Oh, okay.
By the way, real quick, sorry, Gnome. Mixer is in May. There is a website up. If you search Maelstrom Mixer...
MaelstromMixer.com. That's all it is.
Is that it?
That's it. It's just MaelstromMixer.com.
Yeah, go there and it'll tell you the date. It's in May. It's not Memorial Day weekend. I think it's earlier May.
I think we are planning on doing some sort of booth there.
Yeah,
hobby booth.
There'll be some presents from us.
Yeah.
There.
It'll be great to see you guys. Last meme. Oh, look. It's us.
Who's that?
This is some B-roll from some content we recorded. I think there's some shorts being made out of this stuff.
What is that?
That's Ted on the chair at LVO.
Oh
He's God. A little freak.
What?
Yeah. I enjoy this template. I want to see you guys do things with this template. I miss meme templates. Yeah. So I don't know. Who else would be a good little freak to put there?
I love it. I didn't see this one. All
right. Thanks, guys, for the memes. We we need to get through some of these super chats while you're painting.
I just show you. So what I've kind of done on her so far is I've gone in with a shade, Berserker Blood Rage. This is a new shade. I actually haven't used it. New from, as in the newest line of shades. I like it though. It's like Garlsberg Crimson but darker.
Yeah.
And so I'm putting that in her recesses here. On her robe. You can,
her nooks and crannies.
Yeah, you can see I also went over the inner robe with the Black Templar contrast to make that darker. And that's where we're at so far.
Yeah. Okay. Noam Chomsky, member for 5 months. Thanks.
Noam.
Another free super chat. How time flies. Hope you both are well. We are both well. We did not get sick after LVO.
We didn't.
We have those strong Pfeiffer genes. Although I don't have Pfeiffer genes. That'd be disgusting.
Yeah, what? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Yeah, we're both okay. We're both busy. You guys are probably aware that we have a game studio built now.
Yep.
And so we're excited to share that with you guys. We've been working on it nonstop. It never stops.
It doesn't.
So you haven't seen us as much in Hobby Hangout. We're really happy that there's like a handful of you guys that are keeping the Hobby Hangout alive without us, which is great. You don't need us to have a good time. But yeah, we're kicking this off in February, sometime in February. We'll announce on Monday when it's gonna launch.
Yeah.
So join us in Mondays in the Mortal Realms on Monday to get updates about it.
I will be in Hobby Hang like all day on Tuesday. I need to do a serious hobby day.
I desperately want to hobby hang. I've been missing it. I took tomorrow off from work, so I might be in there tomorrow. Okay, actually. I would like to. Yeah, but pretty excited about that. It's a big undertaking. So this is our second bedroom, and our game studio is our dining room. So we're just slowly chipping away at our house. We'll see what we give you guys next.
No, I think we're done.
Zell Nasty, member for 5 months, Lab Mandrill. Don't waste the free super chat, Gnome. Gosh. Speaking of mandrills, all mandrills will get invited to our practice games mid-January, or not mid-January. Now we're talking like early February, right? When we're doing practice games on SOP, right? Our mods have been invited to all the ones this week, and we're getting all the bugs out. Yesterday's game was a bit off the rails. It was Brett and I. So if you're a mandrill and you want to get, if you want to get early access to some practice games and you're not a mandrill, become one and we'll invite you when those start.
Yeah, which is pretty soon.
Yeah, very soon. Ted, thanks Ted for your free super chat. Member for 5 months. It's so cool, like all these people who've been with us since the start.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe it's been 5 months since we've had memberships.
I know.
Hear me out. Tournaments in Kansas City. The location isn't great. The events are fine. There isn't much unique about them. But you'd be near me.
Yeah, well...
it's like the opposite of had me in the first half.
I mean, to be honest with you, here's the reality. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, here's the reality. You're going to go, you're going to play all day for 2 days. If there's a third day, like if they're open on a Friday or they're doing stuff, you can go there and probably find other fun things to do, right? Like play a different game.
Yeah.
Or a hobby or something, right? Mm-hmm. And then, like, what are you really how much time do you really have to go do Kansas City stuff? This is sort of always my point,
well,
right?
That's
like,
fine, because he was saying there's nothing to do.
But that's okay. There's going to be...
you're just going to go and party, like,
there's going to be,
tournament.
like, exactly. And there's going to be, like, an awesome barbecue place he's going to take you to.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be, like, a different restaurant he's going to take you to the second night. And that's kind of it. Like, man, this looks like a disaster waiting to happen.
Dude, I'm just leaving it there for the memes.
Meg has her coffee cup right next to.
Next to.
So, I mean, you're not really wrong, Ted. That's sort of my point. I mean, like, listen, people are like, oh, SoCal.
So you're going to go then?
SoCal must be cool. I don't know. SoCal must be cool. There must be things to do in SoCal.
No, definitely.
For Old Town Throwdown. And there are, but you're in Irvine.
Well, you're near like Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm and, what is it called? Medieval Times. Like, I don't know. It's like, that's what you do in SoCal, right? There's all kinds of
but you're not,
silly, like, well, you stay longer. You should, if you're going to do it, like, It's a good place to make a trip out of it. It's a little expensive,
But
but there's plenty of stuff to do.
There's plenty of stuff to do. But the point is, if you're
Hollywood, Universal Studios,
if you want to do that,
if you're theme parks,
if you're just flying out for
food.
the event or the
weekend, keep talking over Zach. There's the beach.
Yeah.
There's the mountains. You can go to the desert if you like that.
Thanks, Liberty Fires.
Yeah, thanks, Liberty Fires, for 5 hobby collab memberships. That's awesome. That helps keep us alive. Keep the dream alive. Yeah. Which is great because there will be right before the start, there will be some members only streams that include the lab rats. So that's good too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Pretty.
You're like, I don't know.
I'm like very carefully tracing
okay.
some like raised embroidery on the robe.
Okay. Oh, I know you were worried about that earlier.
Yeah, I don't like this.
How are your eyes doing, old man Zach? It's like, I don't find that funny.
I don't, but also, this is not the one I showed you. I'm not even going to do that one.
Okay.
I learned back at Hobby Titans that I actually just can't do those.
That's okay.
This is sort of like, this one's a little bit easier. This is like, here, I'll show you. This is like the border stuff. Like, you can see there on the black that I'm doing with one of these new Vallejo metallic colors I got. So that's like easier to do. But the thing on her back, that's like a pattern, raised pattern. Yeah, I don't usually do those.
Okay. It's all right.
I've made my peace with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think people overthink how much of, if they're just flying out for a weekend, I think people overthink how much of the location, does the location really matter?
It just depends on your goal, right? If you're just going to be there for the weekend of the tournament, then who cares?
Right.
Like, go enjoy the tournament. Don't worry about the other stuff. Hang out with friends.
The only thing I will say that's kind of interesting about that is, at least in the U.S., and I'm assuming if anywhere in North America you're dealing with the same thing, is it's not inherently the case that you'll save money overall. Let's say if your choices are between flying down to an event in SoCal for the weekend versus flying to an event in Kansas City or flying to an event in Chicago or Idaho, right? It's actually not often the case that you will save money. Oftentimes plane tickets to more remote locations are more expensive. So if you're flying, let's say, from a populated area in the East Coast to SoCal versus Kansas City, your plane ticket might not be that much different. In fact, it might be a little cheaper to like Orange County or LAX or something. You might be surprised. And then it's kind of, hotels can be the same way. Hotels in the middle part of the country can weirdly be...
That's not been my experience. Has that been our experience?
Well,
I feel like we always get a good deal when we like road trip.
It does kind of depend where you're staying and when. But keep in mind, we often will road trip, Meg, and go to...
Party lights.
We'll often road trip and go somewhere on the road, kind of remote, that's not an area where anyone's going to. That's kind of the weird thing about the conventions is that they're usually held in a place that, you know, for the state of Missouri, for the state of Kansas, is the highest cost area, right? Like, people aren't holding conventions in the middle of nowhere.
Sure.
Yeah. The horror stories I hear on costs is that Adepticon is number one, the biggest ripoff of all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. People complain about, I've heard people complain about all the parts of Adepticon. And then you're not
stuff?
No. Adepticon itself is good. Sorry. It's not in Chicago. Yeah, the costs of everything.
And what time of year is it? It's like a nice time of year, isn't it?
No.
Oh, March.
March
no,
is an absolute one of the worst months you could be.
Okay.
It's the windiest month.
In a place like Chicago, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have the mouse?
I do. Here, you can have it.
Yeah. Skip
I'm gonna let you read this question from Liberty Fires as well. You got to do it right, Zach.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't understand how. I don't know how I would read that. I don't know what you're getting
You
at.
don't know this song? Do you not know
just
this song?
Like Gloria Gaynor song?
Sing it.
Oh, I'm not gonna
sing
sing it. But thank you, Liberty Fires, for the support.
You're not going to even
No.
say it out loud?
Yeah, I'm going to read it. He says, "Oh no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to paint, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to paint, and I've got all my love to paint." It's not very impactful when it's spoken and not sung. I'll give you that. But he knew we weren't going to sing it.
Maybe he thought we would.
No, come on. He knows it's better than that.
Get boobs.
Thanks, Liberty. I don't know. It's been a long time. Don't super chat this, Liberty, but you can follow up, please. It's been a long time since there's been a good Liberty top 3.
That's true.
Is he backing away from those?
Maybe he's tired of it. Maybe he's looking for a new shtick.
He doesn't want to become like branded.
Like known for that. Like
known for...
I'm more than my top 3 questions, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Now he just wants to make you sing. I told them if you super chat us, they can make us do things. And you're not doing it.
I'm not. Meg, I wouldn't. You come on.
All right. Top 3 karaoke. And that's
more likely
Soups.
to happen
Soups
on a...
doesn't get to do it.
That's
All
more
right.
likely
Don't
to happen
listen
on a
Soups.
Wednesday. In the afternoon, not Sunday morning.
What? Really?
No,
Okay.
Neither, really, probably. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Wow, Zach. We'll never forget.
Oh, we're going to somebody's wedding.
We are going to a wedding, yeah. We won't go like this. We'll look better.
We'll change.
Zach, we went shopping for a suit and he looks so good in it.
Yep.
Yep, he says.
I mean, I just don't know how much more. That's fine. Yeah, it was.
How
it
much
was
more
weird.
what?
I haven't worn a suit since probably before COVID.
Yeah.
Okay. How's it going over there, Meg?
Oh, it's fine.
Can we get a...
Yeah, so, okay, sure. I'm working up... I wanted to work up the skin, like using this palette. So these shades here, right? And I had the first 2 done when I started. So that's just where I'm at, is the skin. It's kind of hard to tell. It's a little shiny. But, let's see. Can I zoom? Will it work?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it'll work, but...
No, it should. I know what you mean.
There. I'm hoping... I think it'll come across... Oh, there we go. You can kind of see, like, the muscles and, like, that sort of stuff being... What do we call this? I keep wanting to say rendered, right? I don't know. I'm just, like, rendering shapes, right? But, yeah, I'm on the last level before I switch to the scales. And then the scales will be brightened up and stuff. So, yeah, that's where I'm at so far. Just doing the last highlight on the muscles. Muscles. Soups wants to know when we'll see your suit picture. We'll probably post it on our Instagram or something. You know, like... like our normal Instagram accounts. Well, I certainly will, because I think you look adorable.
Top 3, Liberty's top 3.
Ooh, what have been
Top
our...
3 super chats Zach has ruined.
Yeah. For Liberty. Top 3 Cities of Sigmar units. Personal favorites, not Meta Punch. Thanks, Broken Chef. And thanks for sticking up for Liberty Fire's botched super chat.
He didn't botch it, I botched it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You botched it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with the botching, though. No, I'm not good with the botching, but I'm not gonna sing.
Oh, no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to paint, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life to paint, and I've got all my love to paint. I will survive. There, I did it for Liberty. I did it.
Great.
It's embarrassing. Okay, top 3 Cities of Sigmar units. I want to pick... Okay, the guy with the ogre with the guy sticking out of his head.
You like that one, Meg?
Because it's so dumb. There's a guy sticking out of his head. You'll never sell it to me otherwise.
Can I ask you? Yeah, are you picking it because you're interpreting it wrong?
I'm not. That's the way it's been. That's the way it's been shown to me. So.
But you know, of course, that's not.
Well, I guess it won't be on my top 3 when I see it in real life.
All right.
Because they will have shattered my delusions about it.
I guess basing your super chat off a delusion is just as weird as not singing a super chat.
But I'll say that. Why not?
Okay. So you like the Fusel Major on...
Ogre man with head, other man sticking out of head. Yes, that's the unit that I am picking.
Okay.
For now.
What else do you know the other ones?
No. There's like the dogs. I like the dogs because I liked painting the dogs.
Oh yeah, that's the Freeguild... I mean, that's the Wildacor hunters. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you need one more. You've done, let's see, you know some of the other ones. We've been painting them. Talia, there's the Griffin.
I need to finish the wings. I was just like not happy with how those were coming out, so I haven't touched it. Plus I haven't had time, but...
On the plus side, she's got to be ready soon.
Oh, boy. I know. I need to get it going. Get it together, Meg. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow during Hobby Hang. Soups, if you clip it, I'll murder you. I don't know. I guess this, because the Gargoylian's in it.
You like the little Gargoylian guy,
yeah. Yeah, I like the little animal things. But I don't care about the rest of this unit. So...
Right.
I don't know. Honestly, what I want to say are the little Gargoylians that come on the spruce that do nothing.
They're not a unit.
I know it's not a unit, but I want to pick them. Shoot, I don't know, Zach. Let's just go with the not Talia, the other one we did. Where Saray painted the tiger and tiger stripes. And
the Freeguild General and Griffin. Yeah,
I'll say that because I liked.
That's a cool one.
I like how that came out. And
that's a cool one.
I like the model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question, Broken Chef. Honestly, I really like the way Fusiliers look. They're pretty cool. Seeing the whole unit all painted up and 20 of them, I was pretty happy. Not just the ones I did, but just in general. I think they look cool. I love the little shield. I love the Fusel, whatever it's called, the little stick that they shoot rockets out of. I think those are pretty cool. So I might go with them as one. Let's see. The new stuff is all very cool. The Command Corps is super cool looking. I don't know that would be my top 3 though. Oh, I really like the Cavaliers. That's sort of the last thing I need to paint for this army, and I am both looking forward to it and not looking forward to it because there's a lot of detail on those models. So we'll see, but I do love them. I don't know if you've gotten a good look at them, Broken Chef, or anyone else, but they're really cool. Last? The steam tanks are kind of cool. But I don't think I'd pick them. Honestly, just the steel helms are cool too. I kind of just like the little guys. I've always kind of like horde armies.
Really?
Yeah,
I guess you have a good method for painting them quickly. Like you're very good with an airbrush, I think.
Well, I just try to push airbrushing as far as I can.
Yeah.
Because it's ROI time wise.
And I give up. I get frustrated. I shouldn't. I take all these classes and then I'm like, I feel good with an airbrush, and then I'm like, I suck at an airbrush, and I just stop. I need to practice more.
No, and I'm the other way around, right? I'm trying to after the airbrush do more, right? But I do like being able to get really far with an airbrush. Mm-hmm. I think it helps speed up, and yeah, it's made doing horde armies not a scary thing.
Yeah, I get that. I think if I were to do Tyranids again, I would approach it a totally different way.
You'd really think about that airbrush, I guess, huh, Meg? Yeah.
Guys, don't forget to participate in our poll. Like all of our polls, it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
We're not ending it yet, but I wanted to throw out a reminder. I didn't understand what this was. Who makes first cut in your entourage? And I was like, who are these people? And then Zach's like, oh, they're models in the unit from, like, the same unit that we're painting models from today. And I was like, oh, okay. Whoops.
Yeah.
Anyway, so go take a look at that. What is it again? What's the name of this unit? The
Freeguild Command Corps.
Yeah. If you don't know who they are, go take a look at them and see who you'd want in your entourage.
Yeah.
I think you guys know what my answer is.
You're picking the Gargoylian Mascot.
Well, we're not there yet. Don't need to ruin the surprise. Yeah. Zachary.
Okay.
I'm just about done with the skin. So I'll switch over to like painting scales next.
Cuttlefish paint is
showing you
Oh yeah, that's looking great.
That's all right.
The cuttlefish paints are so weird, huh? They're like this bizarre. Well, it's
like they don't know if they want to be a glaze or a layer paint. Yeah, but I enjoy it.
Same.
I want to use more of them. I want to clear up more of our shelf space and get more cuttlefish colors.
Same.
Yeah.
He has a lot of really cool colors too.
The colors are great.
I feel like it's the best line. I think it's the best line of colors.
One thing I don't pay enough attention to when I'm painting, when I'm like thinking about when I go to grab paints, I'm just like this color, this color, this color. I don't pay attention to what line it's from. Like I'm like, oh, this is an air, but it's fine. I'll use it. Like I just grab colors, right? And there's so much more to it than that. We were talking about this in these classes, right? Like it's not just the colors, it's like the quality of the paint, like and how shiny it is when it dries, or how viscous it is, or opaque, and there's a lot to like consider, and I don't always do that.
Right.
So that's something I need to work on being better at.
Yeah.
We should have done our New Year's like promises after LVO when I took some classes. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to these scales. And for these, I'm not going to do my gradients. I'm just going to work color up, color up, color up.
Yeah.
So, I think I need a smaller brush. Is there more coffee or are we out?
I don't know. I'll check in a sec. I was just trying to get
get
a view here on what I'm up to. Here's the Whisperblade. So what I'm working on with her right now, unfortunately she's all these darker colors versus my skin. I should probably get a glove if I wanted this. There we go, a little bit. So I'm kind of going through and doing a little edge highlighting on her cloak right now. Still a little blurry, I know. There we go. And for the most part, her base coats are all down now, which is great. So now I'm going to work on trying to be a good painter and bringing things up a bit. And just getting some edge highlights and making it look nicer. Captain Sparkle Pants. The reason no line head man in the poll, he's referring to the Arch Knight in the unit. Honestly, Google only lets you pick 4 things, so I these are the 4 that I picked.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no line
limitation of the poll.
No line head man and no Herald. I thought that maybe you guys would think they were the least cool ones.
Lion head man. That sounds cool just by the description.
He is super cool looking, but he's called an Arch Knight. He's basically just a big scary knight guy.
Does he have a lion on instead of a lion
helmet?
Head?
His helmet is like a lion head. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. It's not as cool as actually having a lion head. It's like the opposite of a manticore.
Right. He's
like a human body with a lion head.
Yeah. He's a normal dude.
Derpy eyes.
Who will murder any Stormcast Eternal, though, somehow. I guess not a character Stormcast Eternal, but you would not want to be a regular Stormcast Eternal.
All right. These are kind of like sidekicks. Would you call these guys sidekicks?
Definitely.
Yeah.
In fact, they even can team up with the Freeguild Marshal on foot, and they're his sidekick. They're like his bodyguard.
So we have a segment today where we want to talk about sidekicks and rank them. We want to do our S tier ranking system with some sidekicks. So we're going to talk through 5 different sidekicks, and then we'll switch to our browser view and rank them accordingly. But we're kicking it off here with Slimer. If anybody remembers Slimer.
Now, Slimer from the Ghostbusters cartoon?
I mean, sure.
Because he's not much of a sidekick in the movie.
I know. In the movie, he's a villain.
Right.
But, like, a pretty, like, low tier, like, low boss tier villain, right? He's pretty easy to defeat.
I think he was, like, famous and special because his CGI or whatever, it was really well done for the time.
I mean, I think it still holds up.
It definitely holds up.
I think it holds up okay.
And he's also, like, I think the first ghost in Ghostbusters that you really get, like, a full view of. And I think they, like, played up, you know, hey, look at the cool 80s tech we did. And so, yeah, then he became this.
Well, kids loved him.
Loved him.
Kids loved Slimer, and so he became a good guy in the cartoon. But I use the term good guy loosely because didn't he kind of mess things up all the time? Like, he's, like, clearly eating the entire freaking birthday cake in this scene. He's not going to share.
Right. He's... this was pretty common in the 90s.
Right.
In
just the bozo.
In the 80s, it was to have, like, a lovable thing that ruined your life.
Yeah, and everyone's supposed to sit there and enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I liked Slimer, but he doesn't seem like a very reliable sidekick. I don't know. What does chat think about Slimer?
Not reliable, super annoying. I'd rate Slimer pretty low as a sidekick, to be honest.
You think so? All right, let's check the next one, see what we think.
What would you give?
I don't know.
We're gonna come back and rank them.
I just want to discuss first, get some feelings out. Here's a Boo. Okay, a Boo.
These are horrible. These are awful sidekicks.
Yeah. Well, I don't like Boo either, but a lot of people like monkeys, and so they're like, "Oh, a Boo, he's so cute." Blah blah blah. But a Boo is like what gets him in trouble.
The Boo gets him trapped in the cave.
He's like the one that grabs some jewel or something, and then the cave starts collapsing. It's a nightmare.
Although to be honest with you, like F that cave. Like
I know,
you
right?
you can't give a monkey a pass. Like
I know.
Like
come on.
Oh my god. Like yeah, it's a monkey. Like it's fine.
I know.
He's not
but this monkey can like talk and like it works with a human and
He can't really talk.
No, but he can like communicate and like get his
Iago
point across.
Could talk.
Iago could actually talk, but like a Boo could talk the way little Bartok can talk. You know, like we'll sit there and like yell things at each other, and I'm like, I know what you're getting at, Bartok, and that's a Boo. Yeah, a Boo's like that.
There's a degree. I mean, that's what I think. That's a reason people like certain animals, like including monkeys. Like, there's a degree to which you can kind of weirdly communicate with.
Totally, yeah, it's really funny. It's funny how much I can communicate with Bartok. Like, and I know, like when he's yelling at me, I'm like, I know what you're saying. I know what you're upset about.
Yeah, now Dan's right. I mean,
a
Boo shenanigans kick off the whole movie, but Aladdin himself ends up in a much better place because of all the things that happen in the movie, right? So
it's true.
It is fair to say that had Abu not done this,
Aladdin would still be a street urchin.
He'd be a street urchin. Jafar would have, I guess, taken power.
Probably, yeah. Married Jasmine.
Yeah, would have been a dark time.
Yeah, and Abu like helps steal food for Aladdin, like to keep them alive, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, they do it. I don't think that's a bad thing in this story, right? They do what they have to do to survive.
Right.
There's a whole song about it.
Yeah.
So that's a Boo.
Okay.
You know, we'll see. Scrappy Doo.
Oh my god.
Oh, the much maligned Scrappy Doo.
Oh my god.
Always fighting and getting the crew into trouble, right? They have to like babysit this guy all the time.
I have to say about Scrappy that I really oh, that was a weird sentence. I know very little about the Scooby-Doo cartoon.
Look at all the boos.
No one likes Scrappy.
I think Scrappy is on like most lists of like who's the worst sidekick. And Scrappy, and I remember like I'm not a big Scooby-Doo fan to begin with, but Anytime Scrappy was on, I was like, oh God, this thing again.
Right, that's what I thought. I thought we hated Scooby-Doo, Meg. I'm
I don't like
surprised.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I thought we hated Scooby-Doo.
I'm not gonna. Fam might like Scooby-Doo. I don't know.
Okay.
This isn't not everything
Cody
is
these
about
are all
us.
D tier sidekicks. These are pretty.
I'll
bad
be honest.
sidekicks.
Well,
it's not gonna get better.
I'm not
is
gonna
it?
be honest yet. I'll be honest at the end.
It's not gonna get better.
Well, all right. So Scrappy.
Scrappy sucks.
We have a lot of
I don't know
feelings
him
about
that well.
Scrappy.
I don't know him that well.
You don't know Scrappy that well. I just know he's annoying.
I hated Scooby-Doo so bad.
I hate Scooby-Doo. Yeah,
I'll
be honest.
Scooby-Doo, everything.
No
Scooby-Doo.
judgment if you like Scooby-Doo. It's
Oh
fine.
man, and I mean then perfect man, it got eviscerated, but the Mindy Kaling thing, right? Just this whole franchise has been a mess. This is, you know what?
I've heard wasn't the movie not bad? The live action okay, because it was sort of like
the older one with like Freddie Prinze Jr.
and Matthew Lillard and stuff. Was that one okay, or
think
did they make more of
I
those?
think people hated that too.
Okay, all right. Scrappy Doo, you suck. Let's see.
Oh,
Monterey Jack. I think of him as a sidekick and not a main character.
Oh yeah, it kind of depends. Is that a quartet with Gadget or a quintet with Zipper?
Him, Zipper.
Those three are sidekicks.
I think of Chip and Dale as the main ones, right? Because
Yeah.
it's Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers, and then the rest are sidekicks. And I think of this guy especially as a sidekick because he's kind of a moron. And look at this is what happens to him when he smells cheese.
Yeah.
Like he's a freaking mouse. Like how does he
keep it together?
How does he get through
Gadget's
life?
a mouse. This doesn't happen to her when she
Doesn't do
smells
this,
cheese.
yeah.
Zipper doesn't do this when he smells raw meat.
I don't do this when I smell raw meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that said, I without going into too much ranking, this is probably my favorite one so far.
Okay.
Monterey Jack is useful. He gets him out of a lot.
Fly.
Gadget and Monterey Jack.
plane,
I mean, the useless one is Dale. Dale is totally useless.
Dale is pretty bad, but I was like, I don't think he counts as a sidekick. So.
I know there was always a
title
party
character.
There's Captain Sparkle Pants, Zach Strong Stance. He's anti-stoner sidekicks. Yeah, there's always like a stoner character, right? It was Michelangelo and Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And they're totally useless.
He's the party
in
dude.
very few arcs were they actually ever shown to be like, hey, I can do it. I can actually be useful. Or like when they were useful, it's like, yeah.
I guess. I'm just, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Monterey Jack. All right, last one is Jesse Pinkman.
Oh, yeah.
He has like a good arc.
Why? I love there's one that's not a cartoon.
I know. Jesse Pinkman, I think he's pretty good. Like he ends up being pretty good. He's like pretty loyal. He puts up with a lot of crap from Walter White.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think? I don't know. But in the beginning, he's so obnoxious and like he keeps ruining things, right? He gets like, I don't know, antics. Like if antics were part of this show, like he'd be the main source of them.
Yeah.
Like if that was an appropriate word to use for a show about making and dealing meth.
Right.
Just some antics that he gets them into. He does that a lot early on, but I think later on he becomes a better sidekick.
I think I didn't really like the character for a while.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for the hearts.
Then I started liking the character. And then I think that they grew him up. And the how you like these two characters starts to switch.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You really start to fall for like Jesse. Like, oh, I care for Jesse to succeed.
Walter
And Walter,
awful.
you suck.
Yeah.
Walter, I like when I started watching that show, like the first season, you feel for Walter.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
sure,
like easy. And I was like, God, his brother-in-law is so annoying and like
that too.
rude to
Hank
him.
is
like,
the other character that.
Right. I'm just like, I don't like those guys. Like poor Walter. How does he do this? And then like, you just see him fall apart. But I didn't really catch on to that the first go through. I had to rewatch it to be like, oh wow, Walter sucks. He's the worst.
Polly, new Mandela effect. Does anyone else remember Heisenberg's sidekick Jesse?
Okay, so let's go and rank these now. This is the important part of this.
Now, what are we ranking on?
I don't know. Who's the best sidekick? It's up to us.
Best sidekick. But
Or,
what does that mean? Because
what does that
best
mean?
sidekick to us, the viewer?
Who's the better sidekick, Zach or me?
Or best sidekick to Yeah, to us, the viewer, or best sidekick, like, to help the main person out? Like, are they doing a good job helping the main person out? Because I'll give you an example. Slimer is not helping anyone out.
He's really not helping, but he's okay. Let's do Scrappy Doo because he's obvious. Like, he's the one that is the worst, and I think he's D tier.
He's D tier.
He sucks. He's annoying.
Yeah.
He's a cute little, he's a dog, and like, who hates a dog? Somehow Scrappy Doo makes you hate a dog.
There are other hateable dogs out there,
he's
but
easy.
yeah,
he's an easy D.
He's an easy
okay.
D, yeah.
So Slimer. Is Slimer really that useful as a sidekick?
He's not, and he is sort of annoying, I think. He's like, rah! He's like Tasmanian Devil, kind of, almost like.
Yeah.
But Tasmanian Devil is like the main guy in his own stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Slimer, he's better than Scrappy.
He's definitely a tier above Scrappy. Because he's not
C.
as obnoxious and like problem causing as Scrappy, I think.
Yeah, Soups is right. Scrappy's not just a dog; he's a puppy.
He's got a whole.
Him. He's got a whole
we
life.
We want to send him straight to the pound.
He's got a whole life to get worse or better, I guess.
True. Yeah. All right. Okay. So who's next? I think. I don't know, Zach. Where do we put Abu? I don't think he's a bad sidekick. He helps Aladdin quite a bit. He just gets him into trouble that once.
He helps him, but like, yeah. I can't help but think Abu is not entirely in control of his own actions.
Totally.
And I don't think he thinks. And I think that if he thought a little bit more, it would help. Maybe Aladdin could have been an easier time.
I think he deserves at least B or A tier.
Okay, I'm gonna say B.
B?
Yeah, I was not thinking A. I was considering C or B. So let's say B.
Okay, because I think in general, like, until the whole cave in, he was a good sidekick. Like, he helped Aladdin get food and stuff.
Probably. If I had Scrappy, I would Google for kill shelter.
All right, I'm putting him in B. I think he could be an A tier sidekick, honestly. If chat decides Abu should be an A tier, we'll move it. Okay, so what about Monterey Jack? Where does that go?
He can fly. What's he do? He flies planes.
I think he's
because Gadget does all the.
She's the smart one.
She's the mechanic.
She figures things out.
She figures things out.
Yeah, she's the builder.
All he really does is fly.
He's the pilot and he's addicted to cheese.
And Zipper is like Monterey Jack's sidekick.
Yeah,
right.
He's a sidekick's sidekick.
He's a recursion sidekick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
he does come with Zipper, and actually, I feel like if I remember right, Zipper is close to Gadget in usefulness. Like, Zipper was actually somewhat useful.
Yeah, he could, like, go get things, I think.
Yeah. So
I forget.
So Monterey Jack does come with his own additional sidekick.
So does he get credit
that
for
I think
that?
is actually, I think so. And I think, because Zipper is pretty good.
Oh, yeah, he is Australian.
What does that affect anything?
It doesn't.
Yeah, if he's
all right.
if
so
he's
are we
dumbass,
doing?
He's a dumbass.
I think he could be B tier, but I think he's. See, if he's A tier, I think Abu should be A tier.
Yeah, I think he's B.
He's B.
I'd put him B.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse Pinkman. That leaves us with Jesse.
I mean, it's a little unfair to the other ones because they're cartoons from a kid's show, and he's.
Well, I mean,
he's a non-cartoon
this
from.
This is all relative to their own universe.
One of the most highly regarded shows
relative
of the past 50 years.
These aren't relative to each other. This is just relative to their universe. How good of a sidekick are they? We'll say. So in the universe of Breaking Bad, how good of a sidekick is Jesse? Again, he sucks at first.
And he doesn't...
For a while.
As a meth dealer, he doesn't necessarily get all that much better.
Mm-hmm.
He gets better as a person, which kind of makes him want to do meth and deal with meth less.
Yeah. So where do you think he belongs? I can't imagine putting him above Abu or Monterey Jack.
Oh, I think so, though. I think he's A.
You think he's A? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe B. Maybe B.
I almost put Patrick Star, but I'm like, Patrick is almost a main character too. I don't know.
Patrick would be an S tier sidekick.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
he's like basically not a sidekick.
Yeah, SpongeBob had some good people around him.
Yeah.
It shows.
Yeah.
It shows.
All right, but Jesse, you're saying Jesse's A tier?
he does get. I guess he kind of does get better as a meth dealer, but yeah. I don't know. I think he's still B. I think all these sidekicks kind of suck.
Right. I'm with you. I think Jesse belongs in B tier because he doesn't always start out. He doesn't start out very good.
We are pretty hard on these tier lists. It's hard to get an S from us.
It is. All right, guys. That's our ranking. You heard it here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed that.
Who are some other good sidekicks? I'm thinking Disney movies for a second.
I'll be honest. When I Googled like sidekicks, I was like, sidekicks who are assholes. Like that was my
That's who came up. Scrappy.
Scrappy was like on all these lists. I was like, oh, we gotta have Scrappy. Everyone hates him.
Timon and Pumbaa Timon and Pumbaa are kind of like. I mean, remember the meme that's like, oh, my uncle died and now he's trying to kill me, and then Timon and Pumbaa are like, oh wow, have you tried just not caring?
Yes. That's S tier sidekick. Oh,
no, that's
great
not. They're
advice.
horrible. They're
Thank
awful.
you.
They're awful.
I
know.
feel so much better now.
They're pretty bad sidekicks.
Oh my god, I wish I could go run away and live with Timon and Pumbaa.
Hey, wow, have you considered just not caring?
Really quickly, let's put a reminder up to everybody in chat that we do have a hobby competition going on. It's every month. There's a new theme, new winner, and Soups is managing it. So if you want to enter, you just need to post a picture of your model that you're entering with the hashtag crowing for it.
January's wrapping up here.
January's almost done. Yeah, we only have a few days left, but it's not too late to enter. We do have some entries already, but keep them coming. And we want to show them all off on our stream as well. You'll get sent a prize, and then you'll also get to boss Soups around to paint part of a model, so that's fun. And then at the very end of the year, one of the 12 winners will get to keep said model that is painted very chaotically. And this month's theme is character. Excuse me. Sorry. So that can be whatever it means to. It can be a character from a game. It can be a character from a movie. It can be something with bad character, good character, whatever you want. Have at it.
Now,
thanks, Soups.
S. Bloyd talks about Samwise Gamgee. That's an S tier sidekick.
Oh, yeah, Sam. Yeah.
Definitely an S tier sidekick. Also Sam.
Yes.
Also Sam from Game of Thrones.
When he turns around to go home, I was like, "Don't come back, Sam. This guy's a jerk."
Do yourself a favor. Go
like,
hug her.
you can't do that.
Can we just follow
you
Sam?
Need the ring to be destroyed.
Can we
Thank
just follow
you, Sam?
Can we just follow Sam going home?
That's the last movie.
It stops. You're like, no, it's still going to the other people, but it stops going to Frodo.
Yeah,
it's
just Sam. He's just like
walking.
Quietly walking home.
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
Party lights. Kiki Breaky, thank you for your donation. That's awesome. My first LVO was so much fun. A highlight for me was running into Zach and Meg as the pairing for round 1 came up. That was nice to see you. Thanks for being so cool and patient with me while I excitedly yelled, "It's Zach and Meg," right at you. Y'all are the best. So excited for battle reports. Oh, you're a lab mandrel. Great. That means you're going to be invited to all of our practice streams coming up. I'm so excited.
Hey, that's great.
It
Thank
was
you
so
so
nice
much.
to run into you too. And like, I hope you didn't miss it. We were trying to keep updated in our LVO thread. We had like a spot for people to get notifications so you can be invited to like all of our not our hobby hangouts, our hangouts that we did at Vegas. We'll do that for every upcoming event that we go to. We'll make sure to start a thread for you to get updates. We'll start a roll so that you can tag into it and get updates about what's going on. But
yeah.
I'm glad we caught you. It was so nice to see you. That's probably our favorite thing about going to these things is seeing you guys in real life. It's always really nice.
I have to say that I had a really good time hanging out.
So thank you for doing that.
You.
Thank you for running into us and being excited. We were excited too.
I had a really good time in Vegas getting to interact with a lot of people, but there are 3 call-outs I want to make of people that I feel like I did not get to hang out with enough. Kiki is one of them, and Just
Kiki.
Jupiter is the other one. we saw both of them pretty much just the one night. They're doing other things.
People go to Vegas and have a great time.
I do sort of lament
totally
not getting to interact with those two more.
I got to talk to Jupiter a lot night one, which was nice. Yeah,
that's nice. I'm glad you did.
We try to make ourselves available because that is what's fun for us at these things, is being social.
The other person I
guess in playing the games.
The other person I did hang out with, but felt like I kept hanging out with them not enough, was Liberty.
Yeah, same.
Like at dinner at the Italian place, he was on the other side of Ted.
I know.
And I was like, it was fun. I was hanging out with everybody else and Ted, but then Liberty was like one away. And then we went to a show with Liberty, but you can't really talk during the show. And I sat right next to him.
And then we were done and we were like, okay, we're going to bed now. Like everyone's going to bed and going home in the morning.
I felt like I kept not really getting to like actually hang out with Liberty. So I hope that that's different at Nova.
Yeah.
Which I know he'll be at. So for whatever reason, I feel like it's a little bit easier to hang out with people at Nova than LVO. I'm not sure if I'm right or if I'm just saying that.
I don't know. Maybe because Vegas is so sprawling. I don't know. Maybe. It's a guess.
I should have gone to, I know at one point he went to a hockey game. I should have gone to a hockey game with him.
Well, we weren't there early enough.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway, Kiki, I hope you had a good time playing AOS. How'd you do? Let us know. It was it was great to see you for as little time as we did, and I hope you had a good time at Vegas just in general.
Molecule is honestly another person I feel like I didn't get to hang. It's pretty much always happens.
All these people came to hang out with us in our room, and I was just passed out on the bed. I missed out on a lot of hangout time by just being tired from staying out all night. It's my own fault.
Liberty is like a goofy guy, but he's actually kind of a quiet. He's not as same with Molecule, right? They both have a great sense of humor, but they're not real like wild and crazy like a Ted. Like your average Ted. Thanks, Molecule. He says, like the British, I also didn't get enough Liberty. Yeah. It's kind of sad. And then you meet new people, and you have to just like, you want to be careful because, like, for us, we also have like these fault line friends, these people that we know from here that we actually don't get to see. Yeah, like
local folks.
Yeah, that I actually also don't get to see enough. Right. Our friend Matt Lee was in from Canada. He used to be a local. I played a lot of games with Matt in 2015 to 2019, basically until COVID happened. And then he moved. So he came back, and it was the first time I've gotten to see him since he's come back. That's cool.
Yeah, that's the best part about these events is catching up with people.
Right.
Yeah, again, so Kiki Dona, you don't need to be grateful. We were just as excited to see you.
Oh.
And we hope we get to hang out.
I hear a lot of good things about 40K though.
What?
He's saying he'd probably still be a miserable 40K player, but I hear a lot of Kiki.
Kiki, oh.
Yeah, I hear a lot of good things. I am actually excited. We really want to be careful not to be known as a channel that doesn't like one game or the other. If I truly didn't like the game, you guys know me. I think I'm pretty honest. I would say it that I don't like.
Yeah, you have all the takes.
And I will say, I think in all the time I've played war games, I definitely feel like there have been times when I've been pretty unhappy with 40K, but not that unhappy. And that hasn't super happened yet with Sigmar. I am on record and will continue to be on record saying that they screwed up the Bone Reapers book. It was nice to hear that wasn't Matt Rose, who wrote that book, but that book is messed up. That book and the Skaven book were the only things in 3rd edition Sigmar that were wrong, I think, that got screwed up. I feel like 40K... I think a lot of us feel like the cycle of a 40K edition is not so sure about it first, hits a fairly early peak, I think it's peaking right around now, and then it seems like they like to complicate it. And then we get our odd number edition, 11 will be the next one, right? And the odd number edition kind of fixes some of the complication and then really ramps up, like, it fixes some of the rules, but ramps up the complication. That's been a cycle since 6th ed. And I think we're kind of wondering, is that normal? And maybe from a sales perspective, it's what works. Sigmar Third Ed Sigmar didn't do that. It wasn't like playing that cycle. So I'm kind of curious, why and what the idea is. What's the idea behind the business part of somebody like Games Workshop saying, like, how do we make our game good but also make money? Does it need to be good to make money? Is that a thing? Like, you know what I mean? How does any of that work? Anyway, it's very interesting. Yeah. Thanks, also Polychrome, for gifting some memberships. We appreciate it.
Yeah, party lights.
Polly is. I hope we get to do an event with Polly one time. Polly and crafting. We need to do like.
Yeah, we need to head over there.
We need to do like a Scandinavian event.
Tour.
They're better English speakers than we are, so we'll be fine.
Are they?
I mean, there's probably a case to be made there for sure.
Okay.
I know. Obviously, it'd be fun to do a UK thing, but I've always thought it'd be like, is there Polly? Crafting was in earlier. Is there like a big con? Is there like a
Was crafting trolling you earlier?
He was in chat earlier. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is there I've never known, like, what are the EU?
Are you talking about Noam Chomsky?
No, crafting.
Okay.
Noam was in.
Because I've done that before. I've confused
they're both in.
Okay.
What is there's the London, there's like Warhammer World stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't always even keep the big UK events straight. They have at least.
We haven't been. Like,
2.
we've never had to think about it, really.
Yeah, are there big EU? What are like the big EU, like the Vegas, the Adepticon equivalents?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there's a game board one in Germany. I have to imagine there's
sure,
there's a game
yeah.
board one in Germany. But is there one for wargaming, or is wargaming prevalent in any of these EU ones? Very curious.
Yeah. We need to go get our passports. We don't have passports.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And we need to plan a trip and just make it happen. There's really no reason for us to not do it.
The weird sort of thing about living in California in the US is you benefit from this thing called the California exchange rate. This happens if you live in New York City too. It's where you live in a high cost of living area. Spiel.
Yeah, Spiel. I was going to say.
Because they have like all the game awards.
Yeah. That would be super fun.
And so you end up kind of like getting this ability when you live in California to go to other parts of the U.S. for pretty inexpensively, for an inexpensive cost.
Yeah.
And that exchange rate will only it's not gonna be like a perk when we go to Europe or the UK, right? It'll only keep us like on equal footing.
Mm-hmm.
Still, not a reason not to go.
Yeah.
But maybe a slight explanation of why we haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, we're going to end our poll shortly, so get your votes in if you haven't voted yet. Who do you want in your entourage? Go look up these models from Age of Sigmar if you're not familiar. But we are painting 2 of them today. Mine's the cutest. Yeah.
Yours is definitely the cutest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's up for debate.
No. Does that mean it's the best?
Yeah.
Depends on who you ask.
Is not Scrappy Doo cute? What if that Gargoylian acted like Scrappy? Like, you look at him and he's like, oh man, he's adorable. Well, you don't know how that thing acts.
He's not going to act like Scrappy Doo. Not in my lore.
Doesn't Scrappy also kind of sound like an old man? Like his voice?
Yeah, he doesn't sound like a puppy. He just is obnoxious and gets into fights. Gets into scraps. Yeah. Okay, let's end this poll. Let's see who you guys want in your entourage. Thanks. I said that and then I just kept painting.
Okay, well, the clear winner is the Gargoylian Mascot.
Of course.
But second place was the Whisperblade.
Okay.
Whisperblade's nice. She's gonna tell you who's plotting behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna give you all kinds of spy intel.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to look at this unit.
Yeah.
That we're talking about because I was like, I don't know who these things are.
Okay, so what do you think now? Here they are.
All right, so it's pretty obvious which one is the Gargoylian.
Mm-hmm.
And what does it do?
The Gargoylian doesn't have any abilities that help.
It just sits and looks cute.
It's the second best fighter.
Okay.
Both the Arch Knight, who's that lion head guy in the front, the big guy with the axe, and the Gargoylian, they're like the muscle of the group. And the Arch Knight is significantly better than the Gargoylian. So he's the second best at just fighting, which is why when somebody like shoots this unit or does some mortal wounds to him, you kill the Gargoylian first.
Okay.
So the Gargoylian is the ablative wounds, sadly.
All right. What about the banner? Does he
Yeah,
help your rolls or something?
So the banner is 1 point towards the best grand strategy maybe in the game, which is have more banners than your opponent.
Right. Okay.
He also is a battle tactic. It's like have him go on an objective. It's a very easy.
That's a battle tactic.
I think your opponent had to hold it at the start of the turn.
Okay.
That's a pretty good battle tactic. You need to take objectives anyway to score, so it's like get this guy on an objective. So for those two reasons, actually, he's pretty amazing. But then also he does plus to run and charge, I think, and then when you retreat extra D3 inches.
Okay.
So he's pretty useful.
Oh, okay.
Getting to retreat extra inches, I'm learning with a horde army is useful because a lot of times you like create a big mess. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't get away far enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what he does.
All right. What about the guy you're working on? What is it?
The Whisperblade. So Dan's asking which one of these punks is stealing my CP on a 4+. That's her.
Okay.
So she does two things make her special. One, she's the one that every time you try to use a command point, or once per turn when you try to use a command point on a 4-up, you waste the command point, but the effect doesn't happen, which is very frustrating.
That is very annoying.
The other thing she does is she's probably arguably the second best fighter, or third, because she has one attack that hits on 2, wounds on 2, is rend 3 for d6 damage.
And does she have to be like near you, like?
To do the attack? Oh yeah, that's melee. But the command point thing, no, it's the whole board.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, Oh no, I didn't use this unit when you and I played with it.
Sounds terrible.
It's very frustrating.
And you can do it every turn.
Every turn.
Ugh.
Your army doesn't super care about command points, so it's not the worst for you.
Yeah, but when I do need them, I need them. You know.
Right. It's awful for daughters.
It's awful when anybody needs to use
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's rough. It's a rough ability. The worst part about it is people taking 2.
Yeah, because then you get to do it twice.
Well, no, you can't attempt the same one. Yes, you get to do it twice.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
But if you fail the 4-up, you can't then go to the other unit and try.
Okay.
Yeah. At least there's that. At least there's that. Shoot. So that's her. Who else?
What about this guy with the smoke coming out of his...
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
He's the Soul Shepherd.
He's kind of cool looking.
He's cool looking. And he's got the little guy playing the clarinet thingy. He's like a ward save against people running away. So let's say you fail him around, like 6 of your guys are going to run away. You roll 6 dice over each 4-up, they don't run away.
Oh, wow. That's a 4-up ward, basically.
It's basically a 4-up ward to not run away. Yep.
Yeah, during Battle Shock.
It's pretty cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, he's good.
For people that have to worry about things like that.
Yeah, I don't think he's broken. This army has some serious morale issues, so they need stuff like that. The surgeon in the back is also he might be the best part of the unit. He's the one that
brings stuff back, right?
You pick 3 units and he brings D3.
I'm like, you're not a summonable. Get out of here.
D3 models or who heals D3 wounds.
Yeah.
And I think this is the number one reason people take 2 of these units because that's a lot of bringing stuff back, and you can bring back from the same unit with 2 guys, and the range is huge. It's like 18 inches. It's like big,
but it's not all over the board. So they're not all doing stuff all over the board.
Only the Whisperblade. Yeah, the runaway guy and the surgeon are near close by, but those are really good abilities.
Yeah, it sounds irritating.
And then the only one left is the Arch Knight. Yeah, he just hits hard.
For my enemies, right? If I was choosing one of these things. Who's left? Sorry.
The Arch Knight.
This guy down in front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just the muscle.
Oh, wait. What about the guy with the lantern over his head? Did we talk about that one?
That's the surgeon.
That's the surgeon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. So based on that knowledge, like if I wasn't going off of cuteness, I guess I'd pick the CP guy because that's so irritating.
The one I'm working on, the
Yes,
Whisperblade. Yeah.
the one that takes your CP away.
She's annoying, yeah.
That's who I would actually probably go with. That seems, well, it's funny to be irritating.
Right.
Yeah.
No, she's good. There's no question about it. And then, like I said, having 2, oh my gosh. I mean, if you have 2...
What a nightmare.
You really can't count on doing anything
No.
that needs CP. I mean, that's reroll charges. Imagine that. Imagine needing like a 5-inch charge and you roll 3. And then you go to re-roll it, and then the Whisperblade shuts it down.
Ugh.
But you spend the CP anyway.
I'd be so, like... That's some table flipping stuff right there. Like, that's...
It's pretty rough.
Pretty irritating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. I can see getting annoyed
The thing about this unit that
which is why I'd want to be the one taking it.
The thing about this unit that people need to keep in mind is each of these models has 3 wounds. That is a lot of wounds to get to before you get to the Whisperblade.
No
But I
kidding.
think your average person would keep the Surgeon alive last. I know I would. So it's 12 wounds until you start getting to the Whisperblade.
Party lights.
And then it can be shot. It's not a character, so it can be shot.
Thanks,
it can have
Jules,
spells
the End of
cast on it.
Empires.
Yeah.
For your 5 gifted memberships. That's awesome. Keeping the dream alive.
Thank you, Jules.
Yeah.
We haven't actually seen Jules in a little bit, so that's cool to see.
It's good to see you.
How's your painting going?
Yeah, I was just going to do an update. So,
I'm going to start
let's
working
do
on the face.
my recipe thing. Whoops. I love the lights. How are you, Jules?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we can probably zoom in. Get a little closer. Yeah. There we go. So I'm working up the scales. I'm pretty much done with the skin. But yeah, working up the colors of the scales. I'm on the, let's see, sorry, OBS is Stone Warrior Orange. I was about to switch to Phalanx Yellow for like highlighting up the scales. So once I'm done with that in the face, oh, good call out, Polly. So Vegas Knights, Kumrad Red, and Stone Warrior Orange are all, this is what I was talking about earlier, how I'm just like, I just need this color, right? These are all cuttlefish. So
yeah.
That's why the names are probably not recognizable if you normally paint with Citadel colors. So that's those. And then the 2 Citadel colors I'm using are this orange, Troll Slayer Orange, and Phalanx Yellow. Yeah.
I think like one of the things that makes Citadel one of my favorite ranges is all the colors they have.
They have so many colors. Yeah.
And they have really
it's
cool
true.
colors.
I like that too, yeah.
But I think the best competitor to them is so far has been Cuttlefish.
I really like Cuttlefish, yeah.
Cuttlefish has so many cool colors.
Yeah. I've been trying to be good about keeping my paint moist.
Okay.
Everyone hates that word.
I don't know why.
It's gross. You know why. Yeah, and I think it's been helping. I don't know. It seems like it.
A hot take for me. Being annoyed about the word moist is in and of itself annoying to me. Come on, it's a word.
Mm-hmm. We are quickly approaching fan stuff. We had a lot because we had to lose a day for LVO. There's a lot of good stuff happening in our server.
We're both doing like a concentrating.
I know.
I'm painting her face.
You guys entertain yourselves for a minute.
Yeah, I'm painting her face.
Yeah. I know, and I kind of need this like near me. It's hard to paint this thing in a way that's enjoyable for viewers. We're going to need to get those overhead cams next. There we go. You can kind of see what's happening. I think I'll probably do a wash along the spine to kind of add some depth there and make the spikes pop. Let me back up. It's probably just too close.
It has like this color palette of
Yeah. It's okay. You don't have to like it.
I like it. It has the color palette of the popsicle that we did.
Oh,
Remember
that's
we
right.
did that
When we
before?
did the troll stream.
Yeah,
That was fun.
it has
We need
this
to do
sort of-
another stream like
Yeah,
that
it's
again.
similar to the troll
Yeah.
I did. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the Whisperblade so far. She's pretty close to being done. I'll be honest with you. If I was just sitting here painting on my own, I might be close to calling her. But I'm gonna, because I have a half hour, I'll do some more to bring her up.
Yeah, that's nice. She could be a lot brighter on the top spots.
Yeah. I'm kind of having a hard time finding a paint that I want to use for that.
Yeah.
Because I'm using this Kiss and Tell, but it's...
More fun cuttlefish names.
Yeah, I'm using this Kiss and Tell color, but it's kind of working. I also I'm excited to kind of see how she looks.
Yeah.
It's very satiny when we do a matte varnish on her.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's gonna look great. And we have our bases too that we can put these on. In fact, I could glue her to her base right now.
Ooh.
Let's do that. That's a good thing to do right now. Probably will not stop with the
Scrappy Doo?
knowing
Oh.
no. No, knowing that I hate the term level up or want to use it less. What did we say we want to use? Said glamify?
Somebody suggested glamify.
I think that was Soups, yeah.
Yeah. Soups usually wins the argument.
Here comes the fun part where I messed the whole model up trying to break it off the base.
This is the fun part. You're right. Level her up a bit in the last...
Oh, there we go.
I know, it goes fast. You do too, Soups.
Speaking of Soups, we actually have one of the bases with Soups the Wizard here. On the poster. She covers too much up, so I'll let you use that one.
I'll put mine on Soups. I'll have him sit on Soups' face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not sitting, but sure.
Okay. I'm sure Soups will like it.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. Glue splooge.
Oh, we missed it.
No, I mean, it was right here. I think people would have seen
Did
it.
we get it?
Yeah. Okay. She's going on her
It's
base.
okay, Gnome. So do we. I gotta go change all the titles of my videos now.
Level Up it's overused on YouTube. It's pretty annoying.
You know what else is?
Epic.
Journeys.
Wait, really?
I'm on a journey.
Is
you
it?
know, like, it's like a thing.
But not in our community.
Not in our community.
No, that's why it's good.
I just think it's funny.
I like it. I like us using it in our community.
In an ironic way.
In this ironic way. I think, by contrast, Level Up and Epic are overused. And I've suggested to other members of the Hobby Collab that we stop using them. We put a
kibosh.
A moratorium on using these terms. And I think we're gonna go with glamify. It's good. And what can we do instead of
Glamify.
epic?
I don't know, Zach. I really don't know.
You don't have that just queued up. Anyone in chat instead of
don't.
epic?
So annoying when you like paint in between the cracks of what you're trying to paint. Like you want it to stay on the top and then you like go into the cracks and ruin all your work.
Yes.
I hate that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
And you know what? That is annoying.
All right, guys. It is that time. Let's do fan stuff. There's a lot today. So, who are we starting with? let me pull up our folder with the names attached. Guys, it always helps if you put your name on your images, if you're able to, because then we won't mess it up. And then also, you know, everyone can see it.
If you're able to spell your own name.
If you're able to figure it out. Don't be rude. Oh my goodness. Okay, but this is Westy. This is Van Westy. Zach, tell us about this.
Oh, these are guardsmen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the color scheme for sure.
That's pretty. Yeah, the like turquoise really pops off all the yellow in the bases.
It's hard to take a picture of a whole unit.
It is.
Because the guys in the front are blurry, but in the back it's nice. And then the shading is like, that's kind of what I'm going through right now. The shading on these guardsmen cloaks. And Westy's got a lot of these to paint, that's for sure. Speaking of horde armies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Westy.
Yeah,
these are
nice.
great. All right. I think this is Cody. Yeah, this is Cody cold painting.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this white.
Yeah, it looks nice.
And we were talking about white the other day because Suray's video, right, came out where he was painting white armor, and so it was like a hot topic. But really, like, white is about the colors around white, if that makes sense. Like, actually, when you look at this, a lot of it looks blue. But it still reads as white.
Right.
Because the highest highs are white.
Black does the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's like, you can go gray, right? Like, keep it to super neutral gray, but, like, you add so much more depth when you're shading your whites with another color. Like,
right.
And in this case, Cody went cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks great. As always.
Yeah.
He's a great painter.
Love him.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's super annoying to paint before you click away on this, though? The little rivets on the Space Marine armor. It's so annoying. I think he's doing the right thing by doing nothing with them at all. That is the smartest, best choice you could possibly make. You can try to sink a little bit of wash around them, or like a tiny amount of contrast, but it never looks great. Okay, next one, I'll click here. Oh, wowie wow.
This is Filippo. Oh my gosh. This is gorgeous.
This is what I hope you get to do, Meg. Is just take this kind of time. I mean, not like, you know, he's a great painter. You're a great painter, but I love how he's just taking the time on each of these Seraphon monsters one at a time.
Yeah.
Or the salon he was doing earlier.
Beautiful.
Yeah. To just get in, to sit in, to be able to be like, cool, I'm gonna just paint this thing now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks great. I really am a big fan of like greens like this and oranges together. I'm going to call this cucumber and orange. He's got like a cucumber palette on the armor plating, and then he's got like oranges as like camo, you know, or not even camo, but just like this accent color.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
Yeah, I love it.
God, it just looks like very real.
Yeah.
Look at the skinks. I like how the skinks kind of like blend in a bit. They're blue, right? They're not the same color, but they do kind of blend in a bit.
Yeah.
And you really just focus on this monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the skinks are cool. Like, they're there. Really good, you see them and they're like, oh, that's, yeah. Yeah, no, I love this. He's got the Arc of Sotek on this thing, which is a really cool weapon. I don't know if you can tell. It's these tubes, these stone tubes, basically, that just spit snakes out. Do you see all the snakes pouring out of the tubes?
I do.
And
look how cute they are.
Each
They're
snake
all,
like differently too.
Like, yeah. Like real snakes.
Yeah, very nice.
Cool.
Really cool. I'd love to play this army against it. Oh,
this is Chicken.
Oh, okay. This is Chicken's Farsight.
Tau. Yeah. Look how pretty.
I think this is his Farsight conversion. I love the glaive over the sword. Farsight normally has kind of a sword. I think the glaive is extra cool. The glaive feels good for a jetpack unit, right? Like he can launch and just grab both hands and smash into something with that.
I like the color of the banner. I love how these little details like really pop against this, again, like more white armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really nice. I bet Brett loves this.
This is a cool Farsight. I really like this Farsight, actually. Yeah.
Thank you, Chicken.
Yeah, this is great.
Oh, it's so pretty. Those little pops of color. This is Nick at Night.
Oh, okay. This is great. We have this unit to paint too, Meg.
Great.
This is the Freeguild Marshal. He's actually, the unit we're painting can work
okay.
as his bodyguard.
Oh, great. More sidekick stuff.
And then he's got his sidekick. He actually comes with his own sidekick already, the head in the box.
So dark.
Yeah, his dude there, this young dude who carries around his head in a box.
That's cool. I'm into it. Yeah. I do love these models that come with these like weird. Like, why is there a head in a box? Oh, it's to deliver messages, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what it's for.
Right.
You can't just do that yourself. Yeah.
It's cool, right?
And look at the faces. I thought the faces came out so good. Those eyes are so hard to get. And he nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do those like that.
Okay, this is Bryce. Our friend Bryce. I thought it was super cool to include like a cinematic shot of his stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a big reason why we're starting gaming on the channel. If you guys haven't heard that yet. We're going to be kicking off AOS mid-February. Because it's fun to see your work, you know, on the tabletop. It's fun to put it into these little scenarios and get to see it play out. Like, some of us are competition painters, and that's not really your bag. But for a lot of people, it's like, I want to paint this thing so that I can see what it looks like in battle. Like, that's fun. That's a lot of fun in this hobby. And so we're going to honor that too. And I wanted to make sure we showed this really cool shot from Bryce's Tyranids that he's been working on.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I guess he got a game in. Oh, yeah, so that's my terrain.
Yeah.
I just realized.
Is that at Fault Line?
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. Thanks, Bryce.
Whose Ultramarines are these? I don't know the answer to that. The club has grown a lot without me, which is a good thing.
This is Broken Chef.
Yeah, I'm loving his...
I love this green.
Yeah, I'm loving his Dark Armor Stormcast with the green monster, the Griff Charger. Is this a Griff Charger? No, what is this thing called? I forgot what this thing is called.
I don't know, but this is... Let's see. I'm trying to pull it up so it's bigger for us to look at. There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know what this is.
Again, this... green and orange. It's Stormcast.
Stormcast, okay.
But I forget. I always forget these creatures. Are these Griff Chargers? Does anyone know? I forget what this creature is called.
Does anyone know?
That they have. Yeah, green and orange. Again, love it. Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Yeah, and this is a submission for the Crowing for It.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Broken Chef. Broken Chef had a lot of posts, actually, and we usually just do one per person. Mm-hmm. But go check out the rest of the stuff he's been working on. He's been doing a lot of terrain too. This is Umi. Is this the lion? I can't remember.
No, this is a different Loyalist Primarch. This is Rupert Gilliman.
Okay.
It's the first Loyalist Primarch, the Ultramarines one. Of course. They got the first one. Yeah, Dracoline, I think Timbit is called Dracoline.
Thank you. Yeah, really nice job, Umi.
Yeah.
I like that flaming weapon.
Well, of course, just because Ultramarines are like the poster boys.
What? What do you mean?
Well, they're like the poster boys, right, of 40K.
What does that mean? Sorry, what does that have to do? Sorry, I missed
why they got the first Primarch.
Oh, that. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it looks great, as always. It's a cool model. Yeah, good flame sword. I think I saw the flame sword. I think there's a picture of the flame sword closer up in the Discord.
In the Discord, yeah. So. Make sure you guys check out the Discord for like detailed photos of this stuff.
Yeah, really nice. Umi. We've actually gotten to see Umi get a lot better at painting.
Umi's been working hard, yeah. I think a lot of us, I mean, myself included, right? Like just a lot of growth over the year.
This is a very primal, like insectoid color scheme for Tyranids. That's not like doing the whole bright color thing. I like the bright color thing on Tyranids, but this is like this is
G.
Like if you saw it, it kind of
love this stippling.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a really horrifying little cricket we have over here called like a camel cricket, They're really creepy. I'd tell you to look them up, but you're gonna be uncomfortable if you do.
Sounds. Oh yeah, I think you've shown me this.
Yeah,
I hate it.
They're really yucky looking. Crickets are not that yucky inherently as far as insects
Yeah,
go. They're kind
I
of
don't hate
they're kind of
crickets,
cute.
actually. Yeah.
They can be, and grasshoppers, right? They're like kind of cute and
Yeah.
pretty,
Like,
but
I'll
camel
pick up
crickets.
a grasshopper or a cricket.
Camel crickets start to kind of go in the direction of a cockroach a little bit. I think there's something uncomfortable about how they look. And this color that he's got on him kind of reminds me of that.
I see. Yeah, but I absolutely love this patterning that he's been applying to all these bugs.
Same.
It's so cool. And it's been cool to watch the army grow. He's been working on it for a while. So thank you for sharing. All right. Thank you, G. Timbit, look at this base. Calling the base done. This is for your Slan. Is that right?
Is it? He's in here.
I don't remember. I thought so, but also now I'm like drawing a blank. But Abaddon. Oh yeah, no. Anyway, it's a base for something, and it's beautiful. And yeah, there's just so much going on here. Look at the little. I'm assuming you put this together yourself. Like all the pieces are like kit bashed together. Timbit. I really like these. Yeah, Slan. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. So cool custom base for the Slan. It's amazing. Yeah.
You gonna fit a chair on here, Timbit?
Great colors. Well,
I'm sure he can.
Chair.
I'm sure he can.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had a lot of
He's
fun with that.
He's a great painter.
I've been enjoying watching this thing too.
He's aiming to enter this in Adepticon.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. This is his big piece.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Good luck, right? Soups. Soups is working on some sisters for Sarah.
Oh, fun.
His girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, these are great.
I
like this color. I like these colors. It's like, what is it? Blue, light blue, purple, and white?
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Okay,
yeah.
But like, I really like
me?
the way are these pipes? It looks like the wings are like pipes or something. And they look like metallic, like the way he's painted them.
I think so.
It looks really cool.
It looks nice.
If you focus on that part.
Oh, I like also the base, the little street on the base.
Yeah.
These flying stands, though, suck.
Thank you for the hearts.
Yeah, they don't. Do they have maybe these models aren't big enough to make these flying stands miserable. They might be. Maybe they're okay. Yeah.
These flying stands look really solid. I don't know what it is about them, but anyways, I love these wings. Yeah. I love the work on the flag, like the color choices. Yeah. It's really nice. Yeah. Thank you, Soups. And that's nice of you to do. So you have a play buddy.
Yeah.
Yusuf.
Oh yeah, he's been right.
Gorgeous.
Necron army here. Yeah.
He's another Necron lover.
Yeah, he's a meta chaser. Another meta chaser.
That guy.
Yeah.
But I love these colors that he's used. I mean, green is like pretty, like flagship Necron, right? But man, this is vivid. Looks amazing. I love this model. Like, you have so much room to play with the color changes.
Necron characters are cool.
Yeah, they are really cool. I just hate building them.
Yeah. I mean, they're like the undead army of 40k, kind of, right?
Are they? Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks, Yusuf. This is John McCardle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he took this to LVO.
John McCardle doing some Votan. He would.
I love the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of orange and white Votan out there, but I actually like how much orange he's put on it.
Yeah.
This is almost more like orange with white, not white with orange.
Yeah.
And I like it. It's for whatever reason, it's just such a good color scheme for Votan. I don't know why. It's because their stuff has this retro look to it, right? And I feel like it's a retro color pattern. Yeah, it looks amazing. This is great.
Yeah. Good to see
I haven't seen anything of his
paint
painted
it's
before.
nice to see him posting.
I have, but it's been a while, I think.
Yeah.
Some heresy stuff. Yeah, really nice.
All right. And And whose was this? This was Bright's. We haven't seen Bright in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is Bright's model.
Yeah, this looks great.
It's another, like, almost white.
White, not white.
Right? It's like like cream
I'm
or
sure,
beige.
right, I'm sure he's,
Yeah.
I think he's not imagining, I think he's probably using it as a white scar.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it.
Yeah. It's a really nice color choice, I think.
You think?
I think it is. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah, it looks good. And it's nice to see Bright
It's nice
back
to see
in
Bright
chat.
back, yeah.
Yeah. All right, last one for today. Whose was
these
this?
are like
This is
objective
Noam
markers.
Chomsky.
These are like objective markers?
Yes,
No?
they're little markers. Aren't they cute? Like, it seems like orcs would be the best team to, like, kit bash stuff like this for. Because everything's just a mess.
I have to say, I have some, to match my Tau army, I have some Tau objective markers, and I really loved that project.
It's fun.
Making objective markers is super cool.
Yeah.
In Sigmar, you really want the big 12-inch thing to show, what am I saying? You want the big 12-inch thing, you want the thing that shows the area that you need to be in to claim an objective.
Sure, yeah.
But it doesn't mean we couldn't build these.
Yeah, you just stick them in the middle.
Stick them in the middle, right. Because it's cool. Yeah, these look great. What is the black and yellow orc? Is that Goths? No, Goths are black and white. It doesn't matter. It's his custom stuff. But these look great. They're like...
I love them.
He made a little orc treasure chest.
I know, it's so cute.
Those treasure chests also for Sigmar, by the way, Meg, if we wanted to do an episode where we made our own, I have a bunch of those.
Oh, great.
We could make little treasure chest objectives.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
that'd be cute.
Yeah, these look great.
Look, you're already inspiring us. Gnome. Thank you for submitting these. These are super cool. Yeah, and that's our fan stuff today. It was a lot. We had a lot to catch up on.
Definitely.
Yeah, but thanks, you guys. A quick reminder of our show schedule coming up. So Wednesdays and Sundays are always our hobby streams. 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, 10 a.m. on Sunday, all Pacific time. Monday, this is tomorrow. We are gonna have Mondays in the Mortal Realms, the talk show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, when we're going to announce our actual AOS schedule coming up.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. You're going to get way more details.
Steven will not be there. He's recovering still, we think. But we will
potentially might be Saray.
Not potentially. I think that's for
great.
sure. Yeah. And
awesome.
We'll chat with him. He's kind of new to AOS.
Thank you for the hearts. Yeah, everybody's getting into AOS over here.
Yeah, and then if you, the fun thing is, if you, actually, no, tomorrow's is not. We're doing a test game, but it's not for Mandros yet, I think.
No, not yet.
So,
We're not there yet.
not
We
yet.
have a lot of kinks to work out.
Yep.
Not the fun kind.
Yes.
And then we have journeys every other week with Zach and Saray. This week will be Saray on Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got, 10 minutes left?
Yeah, I'm very close to calling her.
I'm close to. Can I borrow your metallic? I'm gonna paint
Of course.
this guy's
which
crown. What colors do you have?
Oh, I have so many now. Let's go through them.
You don't have gold, which is actually what I'm gonna. What's the closest you have to bronze?
Copper.
Copper. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I want something warm.
I just used the copper. It's pretty good. I have some warm silvers as well, if you want to do that.
You know what? I will put it on my palette.
Or do you want the it works a little bit, but that stuff
Yeah, I don't.
falls apart.
I was gonna say I don't know if it'll work.
This
Okay,
well
thanks.
is clean. Here you go. You can use this one.
Okay, so
I also just put some copper, but I can't see where I put it.
it's not that.
Is it that?
I don't know. Is it? You tell me. I guess so. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can
there it
just
is.
use that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. You know what I really want to do, Meg? I'm not going to leave you here by yourself, so I'm not going to do this. But I
Yeah.
really want to go hit this with matte varnish.
Oh, sure.
Should I do it?
No, don't leave me.
It would.
These people.
It's on the patio. I will be like a few seconds. Should I do it? Are you? I'm like trying to get you to say it's okay for me to do it, but I don't want to leave you.
No.
No. Okay, let's not. You're right. Here we go. Oh, I almost hit the end button.
Yeah. God, causing problems left and right. Trying to leave me alone.
Yeah, you can see why I would like to matte varnish her. It's a very satiny look right now because of honestly it looks kind of cool, but I think it's gonna look better once we matte varnish.
Well, Saray would agree with you.
For sure. And then actually the other problem is though that I'll probably have to touch up the metallics after I matte varnish because I don't. You know what? Maybe I'll just hand paint the matte varnish.
You could do that.
I could do that. That kind of is what I want to do anyway. Should I try normal? I might try different varnish on her robe too. Maybe I won't do ultra matte. Maybe I'll try matte. Let's think of some other ways I can ruin this model real fast. But here she is. The Whisperblade.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I want to bring up cult values anymore on her later. I'm not worried about it right now. I kind of want to see how she looks with the rest of the unit, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Okay.
I can show mine really quick. All I have left, I think, after the metallics. Can I use your paint water, your metallic paint water, to rinse my brush?
I've used not that much metallic, so I've just been using my normal paint water. I know people lose their...
Yeah. Can I use yours since you've already put metallic in it?
Sure.
Okay, thanks. Because I might be one of those people. All right, here's your little friend. Ugh. Don't focus on my dang arm. Nobody wants that.
Just pull... Honestly, pull your arm away. It'll probably do it. There we go. Oh, wow.
There.
Very vivid. It's a good match, actually.
He's cute.
Yeah.
I need to do his toenails. I was trying to decide what color to do that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. The rock won't take... I don't know. I'm not going to worry about the basing. I'll let you guys worry about the basing.
Okay.
But yeah, so he's got a little bronze crown. I might actually, now that I'm looking at it, change it to silver because it kind of blends in.
Yeah, have it like contrast a bit.
Yeah.
It's probably
too warm.
Here.
So I'll do that after it dries. Does it take a while to dry?
No.
Remember. Okay. Yeah, and then I'll do his little toenails. I think I'll start with like probably that Stone Warrior orange or something and move up from there to like white. Yeah, so we've got like 3 or 4 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me to finish. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let me do that.
I'll put it back on this view real quick with her hanging out.
Oh.
And I'm going to grab
Some matte varnish.
Yeah. How come that light just went out over there?
Did it? Oh, I don't know.
That's unusual.
I'm sure it was Bartok's fault. But I'll let you fix it. Or I can fix it. But is this going to focus or what? There you go. She's pretty.
We're going to use the matte varnish made by AK, not the ultra matte. The matte varnish that AK makes is a very good satin. It's like a glossy satin. I don't know if you guys, Saray and I found out that AK does not label any of their varnishes correctly.
Oh, boy.
The ultra matte is a matte. It's a good matte. And then the matte is sort of a satin. And then the satin is sort of a gloss. And then the gloss is...
What?
Yeah. They're all wrong. They're all labeled incorrect. I'm going to actually do the matte on her robe, and we'll see.
That sound. Oh my gosh. Guys, are there anybody that plays or watches AOS games? Any matchups you're looking forward to that you want to make sure we cover? Let us know.
We have a lot of armies. We don't have them all, but we kind of almost have them all. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of cool people to play with too.
Mm-hmm. Mostly familiar names. One new person that we think you guys are gonna really love.
Yeah, we'll have them join our hobby stream soon, so you can get to know him.
He's a very good hobbyist too.
Yeah.
And in a very interesting way. Well, in more than one ways, but Brad's main kind of shtick is that he does a lot of...
Yeah, this person's name is Brad.
Yeah, Brad does a lot of eBay rescues, and you'd think that would sound like his armies would be not particularly unified, or they'd be kind of a hodgepodge of stuff, but it's not the case. They actually are... He does a very good job, but he rebases everything, so it's consistent, and he does a lot of like painting to make them more consistent. It's very interesting to see. It's sort of a clever way to like suddenly have an army, you know.
Polly says he wants to see me playing Beastclaw Raiders against you, Zach.
You wanna play Beastclaw Raiders, Meg?
I wonder if I could remember the rules.
They don't have that many. I'll be honest
I
with
could
you.
probably do it. That would actually be really fun, and then I could show you what it feels like. It's terrible.
I've played against Beastclaw Raiders
get it.
before.
You don't get it. You don't get it because you're like, whatever, this is my army, so I'll be fine when I play them again. And I'm just like, this army sucks.
I actually have to say that this matte varnish, which again, a satin, by AK, is actually really looking good on her robe.
Oh, that's good. Meg should play OBR against Zach. Everyone wants to see me kick your butt. How do you feel about that?
I'm not even sure in the first month that there's a game schedule between you and me.
Yeah, I think you're right. We're like old hat. We're used to this.
Yeah, I think.
But they're going to want to see it.
Sure. But I don't
We're going to have to do it.
Now that I think about it, I literally don't think there's a game.
Oh my God. Why do I have... Look at all these people are like nominating me to learn all these rules. You guys know I'm notoriously bad at rules. The game we played yesterday...
You're kind of... I don't think that's a known thing about you.
Notorious. We have to convince Meg of the superiority of Zinch. Is that true?
Would you want to play Disciples of Zinch? You have.
I don't know. It sounds like I need to be convinced.
You have geared yourself into being into like these magic armies. You do seem to like magic.
I do like magic. It's funny.
Zinch is the next Zinch. I mean, after the two you have, Zinch is, and then Lumineth would probably be the four armies that are the most magic.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm interested in Slaanesh. I don't really know their playstyle. I like the models.
They're like elves.
Okay, that doesn't mean
they're like
fragile.
Fragile. They can hit hard. They're fast. They move fast. They're fragile. They hit hard. They die easily.
Okay. Ugh, that sounds stressful.
They're kind of like my daughters.
It's funny because I'm just like, now I'm used to playing Soul Blight, and I'm like, well, they come back. I have this whole system. Like, I get how it's supposed to work. But
right.
Then you like start over with a new army. It's like, I don't know how this works. I just hear fragile, and now I'm like, can I bring them back? And it's like, no, there's gonna be something else that will make them work. Right,
exactly. Yeah, you get it, Meg.
I just miss Nagash. My true love.
Okay. Slaanesh. Oh, and Slaanesh have that depravity dice thing.
Yeah, which I think is super funny. It's like Hand of Dust. Like, stuff like that floats my boat. I like funny, weird play shenanigans.
Yeah. All right. Hey,
I'm almost done, I swear.
I'm guessing Saray is busy with some stuff today. He might not be in chat, but I can't wait to tell him I found a actual use for the AK matte varnish.
Okay.
As opposed to the ultra matte.
Right.
Normally we just use
the
ultra matte.
Right.
But it does look really good on clothing. I'll show you guys in a sec. I think I think it really kind of brought out the. It really gives a cool look to her wardrobe.
Right, I'll call it there. I'm calling it, fam. I'm calling it done. What can be left is the base, like the little rock that he's standing on.
Yeah, and I'll paint that to kind of match the cobblestone bases that they go on. Okay, cool. Should we do a view of each of them?
So here's that guy with my paint scheme. There we go. Silver crown, much better. Pops, yeah.
Now, do you think we'll varnish him as well?
I guess so.
Do you want me to matte varnish him?
You can do whatever you want. This is your mini. I just painted it for you. Yeah, I had fun with these colors.
The crown better is silver. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks great, Meg. Thank you for helping paint the city's
I
army.
had fun. Thanks for giving me this fun thing
The
to
cute
work
guy,
on.
yeah.
It's a cute one.
We have to have an all Gargoylians painting session soon.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah. My favorite unit. My favorite unit, non-unit. Yeah.
Okay, and then I did finally varnish the Whisperblade. So here she is. And I used AK's matte varnish. You guys like,
Pretty.
right? That's insane. That is not a matte finish.
Absolutely not.
That's what they say.
What are they talking about?
That's what they said. This is matte. This is the AK
You need that
matte.
ultra matte.
Right. But I kind of like this, I think. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe no. Is it too glossy?
It's too glossy. I mean,
God.
it makes me want to do is like, I honestly like take another step up on this cape and pull out a higher level up on the highlighted areas, right?
I can't believe.
And like the varnish sort of helps pull them out. Like,
well, what I might do,
you know,
I might
depending on where your light source is going to be.
I might leave the black underneath like that, and maybe I'll go back with the ultra matte on the red.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Here when I'm looking at it in person, I don't mind it, but yeah, on the camera, it's kind of intense. Can you guys believe that is the matte?
That's matte.
That's matte.
All right, AK, nice try.
Yeah, it's even more glossy than satin. It's pretty intense.
Looks like crap.
I just like can't believe that's what AK thinks is matte.
I know. Guys, we had a really fun time with you today. It's nice to be back.
Yeah.
Miss hanging out with you guys. We'll try to jump into some hobby hangs today, tomorrow.
Not today.
Sure. Not today. We're going to a wedding.
You said you'll be in tomorrow, and I'll be in there like all day
You'll
Tuesday.
Be in Tuesday, so we'll be hanging out with you guys in our Discord. We want to give super thanks to everyone who super chatted and donated memberships today. That was amazing. We appreciate that. Extra special thanks to our mandrels who stick with us every month.
We need
do
that
a little
Kiki.
bit above and beyond. Kiki, you're going to be added to this list. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the hearts. Yeah, do we have anything else? I'm excited to start doing some of these practice games with our mandrels. I'll be honest with you.
Then
I'm going to have to like turn on my game face.
Yeah.
No more swearing.
No more swearing.
No more saying horrible things. No more drinking. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
We'll do a little bit.
Maybe
we'll
a little
do
bit
a little
maybe a
those
little bit of
things,
all those things. But
in our practice games for you guys. Those are fun.
Yeah, very excited. Yeah, I think you said it, Meg.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well, as we like to say around here, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, and always be creating. See you later.